I'm literally like running around like a headless chook. Oh my gosh! Oh, that is equal parts sexy as it is scary. Oh, this is going to be hilarious, but not for the reasons I want it to be. G'day everyone, and welcome back to a catch up with Kiralee. If you're new here, hi, I'm Kiralee, and on this channel, Kiralee Cosplay, we talk about all things cosplay, costuming, and sewing related. And today is a big news day. Oh my goodness, you've probably seen as per the title of this video, but I am going to France. I'm still a little bit dizzy about how this happened, so just to give you a little bit of an idea, it is currently Sunday. On Wednesday, I found out that a competition that I applied for, literally within 24 hours of the deadline, I got selected, and so I am going to France next month to represent Australia in the Art to Play Christmas Cosplay competition. I am beyond excited. I'm still not even 100% like fully realized the whole magnitude of the whole situation. I'm literally like running around like a headless chook. So in this video, I'm gonna take you with me as I kind of prepare for the adventure, and then the adventure itself will be another video. As I'm filming this, I realize that none of this has been made public yet, so hopefully by the time this video comes out, it will be. So a little bit of context. So Art to Play is a international cosplay competition where up to 10 individuals from 10 different countries, one of which has to be France because they select their own at a different time and place. And the other 9, up to 9, can be from any country in the world. Now, just to let you know, there are no prelims for this competition. It is really, if you are a cosplayer, you can apply online, and they give about a month's window for you to apply, submit all your bits and pieces, and see if you are successful. And they actually get back to you quite quickly, which is super lovely. I've been following Art to Play for the last couple of years because it's just a really cool competition. There is literally nothing like this that I can think of anywhere in the world where you literally as the individual can put your name forward to be selected to go and represent your country. That is so cool. However, there are limitations. So it is a competition where you must do a skit, and the judging is 50% costume and 50% skit. And also you have to have a competition worthy outfit, of course, without it having been competing in any previous competition. So it's not even that it didn't win, it's just not allowed to have been entered. That's what it says in the rules. And I think this is why a lot of people who are like competition driven maybe don't always enter Art to Play, is because of the fact that their competition pieces have usually been entered into something. Well, that is the case with me, except I had one cosplay that I have not competed in, and that is Christine Daae from Phantom of the Opera. And I recently completed the outfit by getting the American Duchess shoes for the Star Princess design. So I am super pumped to be able to put it all together and compete with this one. Now, I will say that I completely forgot about entering this until my friend Gnomes, who is in the UK, posted on her Instagram that Art to Play was closing in like 48 hours or 72 hours, and I said, oh yeah, that thing, and I looked into it, and then I had to get permission to enter Christine because she was pop culture, but she wasn't on the list of like this is okay, and so it wasn't on the list of this is okay, and then there was another list of don't do this, and she wasn't on either of those. So I had to email them and ask for permission, and they said yes, and so within 24 hours I got my entire submission in. I even had a skit sort of prepared from a previous competition that got cancelled, which I was going to enter Christine because it was the start of the pandemic. That's how long she's been sitting in my closet without being debuted. And yes, so I had all of that all ready to go. I submitted it all. However, I said with my skit, I do want to change it. This is what I want to do to it, and I want to do it in French. Do I speak French, you may ask? No, I do not. I know bonjour, merci, merci beaucoup, parlez-vous anglais, and bonsoir. That's basically my entire French repertoire. So I have asked the absolutely wonderful Hazel Costumes here on YouTube to help me, and she has so kindly agreed. I had a meeting with her yesterday over Discord, and she is going to be my wonderful voiceover. She's translating it into French. I am so grateful to her. She is such an absolute sweetheart. I will definitely send her Australian chocolates and all of the good stuff. But yes, it does mean that I have got approximately about a month to get my bits and pieces all together. So once I get the recording back from Hazel Costumes, I will need to edit that together. I will also need to create some graphics, which I may ask my darling husband to help me with, along with making an extra prop, double checking that everything's fine over the costume. I recently took it out, it looks okay. But yeah, just all the little fine things and like practicing the skit and getting that to be perfect. That's what I'm gonna spend the next month on, as well as like finishing off Red, who's in the background because of the fact that I'm taking her to the US in December. So, yeah, there's a bit going on. I better get cracking. I have Christine out. Terry is letting me use his studies so that I can put her all out on a mannequin. So she's just gonna hang there for a little while. I'm going to just use this mask that I actually made for May because it goes quite well with it. And I don't really feel like making a mask because I don't have really any of these fabrics left except for the glitter tulle. I have a little bit of that left. But everything else I don't have anymore because I've used it. So, and I think that actually for the bodice I pretty much used, well, for the like chiffon, I used all of it because the top of the chiffon is what's underneath the skirt, and I used all of the top of the chiffon for the skirt. And yeah, the bodice, I basically used a whole lot of that for that, and I don't know what happened to the rest. I think I dyed it into this. So yeah, fun times. And there's the wig. I might freshen up the wig a little bit later, but yay! So I've just come home and I got a message on my phone earlier today that Hazel Costumes has completed the translation and also done the voiceover. So I read through that which she sent me and it just reads so good. Like, I don't even speak French, but I can follow it enough to know that it's just translated so perfectly. So I am just opening up on my laptop now. Hopefully I'll be able to play the voiceover so I can get a little bit of a listen to it. And then that means that I can start editing very shortly. So that is super exciting. So I'm just opening it now.
Fantôme? 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 Fantôme?
I told her to like do a few different versions so that I could like use the best ones, and she oh my god, she's already nailing it.
Il y avait de la musique, il y avait de la danse, et toi t'as tout gâché. Tu es venu sans être invité, t'as insulté tout le monde et t'as même menacé mon fiancé de mort. Il est peut-être pas très malin, Fantôme, mais au moins il est riche.
Okay, I'm just like listening to this and I adore it. She has got the sass down perfectly. Oh yes. All right, I'm gonna go scream off camera because oh wow. Okay, let me just play a little bit of the Phantom where she has been kind enough to rope in her gentleman friend. And okay.
Bonsoir Christine. Bonsoir Christine.
Oh my gosh! Oh equal parts sexy as it is scary. Woo, okay. Oh, that's brilliant. That is so good. Oh my goodness me. This is gonna be a joy to edit together. I just want to say that. Oh my gosh, they did so good. Oh wow. Oh. Oh wow, I'm so excited. Of course, trying to get my mouth around these words is going to be so difficult. I'm going to have to practice this skit so much. But oh my god, they did so good. I'm going to send them so many treats. Oh my gosh. Oh wow. This is insane. Alright, a little bit of an update. So yesterday it all went live in terms of I was the first announcement as the first cosplayer for Art to Play in Nantes. So wow, it was really good just to kind of be able to put that out into the universe and go, yes, I'm going over to France. Woohoo! I got a lot of comments that were, you know, very supportive, and you know, a lot of people going, yeah, go you. I had one of my friends reach out to me and be like, telling me more, how do I enter? So I gave all the information regarding that. And yeah, I mean, and today they've just announced that the Easter one for like the sister kind of convention, they've got one that's at Christmas and one that's at Easter. The Easter one has just been announced with the rules and everything. So yeah, if you want to enter a similar competition to what I'm entering this time round, and once again it is an international competition solo, that is happening. So look for that. It's the Easter one. I will just find what it's called right now. Hang on. Alright, it is called the Polymanga Global Easter Cosplay. So that is all happening now. So do search it up. So Polymanga, if you look up their stuff, it will be on there. So the representatives of this year are from the following countries. Obviously Australia, and of course France, because it's in France. We also have Portugal, Germany, Belgium, Canada, Italy, and Switzerland. So we have a lot of European countries, which is kind of, you know, to be expected. But we also have, you know, Canada and myself, so we're flying over. The representative of Canada is Dual Damage, so that's a duo, and it's the lady who is entering, and I have been speaking to her for a couple of years, so it's going to be amazing to finally get to meet her in person. She's just a lovely person, and obviously to meet her partner as well. So yes, that's really exciting, and I have slowly got to know the other contestants, because there is the group now live just for us mob together, and everyone seems to be super lovely. So I think we've got yeah, we've got a really good selection, and I'm honestly just so keen to get there. And in other news, I have edited together my skit. I'm still waiting to get all the information about the skit, but I've edited together that which I think will work. It's a 1 minute and 27 seconds long, and it is in French. Thank you very much, Hazariel Costumes. You have been an absolute lifesaver, and it was, yeah, it was amazing to be able to put that together. She and her partner did an absolutely amazing job of voicing that, and I was able to find some tracks that work with it. But now I have the very hard task of trying to get my mouth around the French words to make it look like I'm speaking said words, because as we have established, I don't know how to speak French. Oh, so I just have to try and make myself look like I'm a native speaker. Oh, this is going to be hilarious, but not for the reasons I want it to be. Nope, I'm going to live in hope, and I'm going to say I will do this. I will make it work. And I have already been practicing very hard over the last couple of days. I now have it on my phone, and I have it on repeat, trying to get my mouth around all those lines and try and figure out how I'm going to be moving on stage as well. And And the very last thing that I wanted to just show you before I kind of finish this little segment of the video is this. So I have never done any kind of leather work in my life before, and I had this random scrap of leather, and I thought that this looks about the right size to be like a manuscript. So I have shaped it into essentially like a little folder. I need to like trim up the edges and that. Big shout out to Asham, because I was like, how do I make this work? Because this was like all like twisted and whatnot, and she was very kind to kind of give me the very basics of leatherworking and how to shape leather, and yeah, it was really cool watching it all like happen. It's a different technique, that is for sure, and I would like to one day be able to do proper leather work because it does look really nice. So I'm going to turn this into a little manuscript. I'm going to put some paper in there. I'm going to poke some holes down the side here and basically have it as a little binder so that I can then tie in some pages, so that way I will have a little book. So that is also on my list of things to do. At this point in time, it is to do this, memorize the skit, get my mouth around the skit, and get to France. And try not to get lost in France. Oh my goodness me, this is hilarious. I'll come back and show you when I get done with this. Oh, I'm just kidding. This is so much fun. This is, yeah, I've already won. I don't care if I don't place when I go over to France, because I have really already won. This is such an amazing opportunity. Today marks 2 weeks until I fly out to Art to Play. And I had this sudden kind of anxiety level rise yesterday as that all kind of came crushing into, you know, my heart and my head and my gut, and yeah, so I had a little bit of a moment of freaking out, and I decided that I didn't like the headpiece as it currently looked like, because you know, it's been now, well, 3 years since I made it, and there was some things that like didn't quite hold over time, especially with the moon. So I have ripped it all to pieces. I had a look and saw what I did last time. Didn't like the glue that I used, didn't like how it was sitting, didn't like how the headpiece was like inserted into the wig. So I took it all apart last night. It's now absolutely in pieces over here. But I went ahead and I kind of patched up the moon. So I'm going to prime this now, because I have sanded it all back this morning. So I am going to now prime it, and then I'm going to repaint it and put the glitter on it so it has the same sort of finish as the stars, because I did like that finish. I thought it was very theatrical. So I'm gonna still do that. So it's gonna look very, very similar, but just slightly elevated. So I used hot glue. Particularly why? I used hot glue to connect the wire to the plastic clip, and like it just didn't hold. The only one that held was the one that holds up the moon, and that's because I used so much, and it's still wobbly, but you know what? It'll be fine. It'll be fine. I've now colored it in at least, so that it's the same color as the clip and also the wig, so it's a little less noticeable when it's going to be in the hair. But for the rest, I'm going to glue those in, probably with E6000 from the underneath side. And I actually went ahead and I glued in the stars to the metal, because I hadn't done that last time. I just stuck them on. Once again, particularly, why? So I just used some PVA glue, white glue to do that, and it's holding fine. Yeah, particularly, seriously, whoa. Anyway, it's fine. The rest of the dress is still fine, and I'm still very happy with it. It was just this headpiece. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to work on this morning. I'm also going to restyle the wig once I've got the clip. so that I can just feel more confident about this whole situation. I'm still really happy with the wig it like as it is, like the fringe and everything is fine. I just need to put the headpiece into the wig, sew that into place, and then restyle the front section back around it so that it's all kind of covered. So yeah, I'm just gonna do it a bit better than what I did it, you know, 3 years ago, because I've learned a few things. So yes, this is what happens when it starts getting in my head and I'm like, I need to make this better. And definitely not because I want to win this, because like I mentioned before, I've already won, I'm going to France. But it's just because I want to make sure that as the first Australian representative, I actually, you know, do come with something that I'm proud of. And I am proud of the rest of the costume, but this I am not. So I want to get this fixed up. I will feel better about it. And I still need to make the book, but Terry wants to actually give me a hand with that one, so we'll do that tonight or even on the weekend. But we will get it done by the end of this week. And today I also want to go through the skit because I am still struggling to get my mouth around the words. So yes, French is hard. I'm very nervous about doing a skit in French because it's not a language that I've ever studied. You know, I know only a small amount of words, but it's okay. It's going to be fine, I hope. And also I have prepared goodie bags for the other contestants. Let me just show you, hang on. Here they are. So glad I've got 35 kilos going over because this weighs about 5 kilos, I reckon. But basically I've made a little gift bag for each of them. I've done them in green and gold, you know, Aussie colours. And what I've included in there is some chocolates, so some Christmas chocolates because it's Before Christmas Cosplay. So some popping candy, some normal, so popping candy and chocolate, some regular chocolate, some caramel koalas because you can't go past that, some Smarties, some Fantails, some individually wrapped Tim Tams, some Fizz Whiz. Concerned about the Fizz Whiz just simply because I am very aware it's white powder. I swear I'm not smuggling in drugs. I swear it's sherbet. But it should be fine, it should be fine. And then I've also got 2 sheets of little stickers with like animal characters from Australia, and I've got my card in there as well. I was going to include some minties as well, but then I decided against it because of the fact that it would honestly probably wreck some of the taste for the other lollies, because minties will do that. Oh, and I also have some red rippers in there as well. So yeah, it's a nice little fun little bundle, and I've made one for each of the contestants and one for the organisers as well. I realise that I am terrible keeping you informed about what I'm doing. So I just want to let you know that I have finished restyling the wig. I'm going to insert a little picture right here to show you what it all looks like. I've sewn in the headpiece as well. Much happier with how that is looking. So yes, I now just have to make the book, practice the skit some more. I have been doing that yesterday, and I'll do a bit more today, trying to get my words kind of around it and figure out my movements. So far I'm pretty okay with how I'm going to use the space. I have a pretty decent idea. It's just really getting my mouth around the words so it looks like I'm actually speaking rather than doing a Britney Spears voiceover. So yes, we're almost there, we're almost there. So once I make the book, I'll hopefully show you a little bit of that. I'm gonna get some help from Terry, and then we will be ready to go to France. Woo! Good evening. Sorry about the terrible lighting. I just want to record this before I quickly head to bed because it's getting quite late. But look, the manuscript is complete, and this is the last thing that I needed to make for my France trip. Terry was an absolute champion and helped me make this tonight. So between us and our very limited skills with leatherworking, we managed to get this sorted. So it's just plain white paper inside. and what I did is just single binding with some stitching that I used my owl to poke 4 holes in the booklet and then 4 in the leather cover, and just kind of weaved those through. So it's about thick enough of what a manuscript would be, so should work fine. And it's just a stage prop, so it's not going to be judged. I hope not, at least. But yes, I'm very happy with this. It looks, you know, pretty decent from afar. It's nice and sturdy, it's not too heavy, which is good, and it's a good size for me to hold on to because I go on stage. So yes, I just have to now finish, you know, feeling good about the skit. So I just need to go over that a few more times with the actions. You know, I'm getting my mouth around the French words to a point where it's somewhat passable, I think. As long as I don't make a complete fool of myself, I will be happy. So I will check in a couple days time to finish this video and just let you know how I'm tracking with that. Because yes, by the time this comes out, I will be in France, I will be in Nantes, and I will be representing Australia. And the day after this comes out will be the big competition. So yeah, wish me luck. I will check in with you in a few seconds by here, and in my case, it will be a couple of days. So cue that. I have been rehearsing the skit a few times now, and it's getting to a place where I'm really quite happy with it. I have had the wonderful audience of my dogs. They're starting to behave while I do, you know, skits, which is lovely. So I think that I shall leave this here and wish me all the very best, because basically in a few hours from this going live, I will be on stage trying to perform this, and I am going to definitely do some more rehearsals to get my mouth around all of those quirky French words. I hardly speak English well, so trying to pretend that I speak French is very difficult for me. I wish I sounded as cool as Hazel or Costume sounds. Like, she's just, she sounds so amazing. I'm just gonna cut in real quick here and also say thank you, a massive shout out to my amazing patrons who have supported me on this journey through our close friends list. And you know, you guys are just absolutely amazing. This video is for you. Thank you so much for your support, and especially to those who are $10 a month tier patrons, who are Justine Ghosty, Rogue Threads, Fangirl X, Sam M, Monica, Lulu Rush Cosplay, and Sotaku. Thanks so much for your support, guys. Back to the rest of the video. Anyway, I shall leave you here. Thank you so very much for joining me on this. I am very, very nervous, as you can probably tell. As I am filming this, it is literally 1 week until I am flying. So, whee! Oh my goodness me. Anyway, thank you all for watching. I'll see you in the next one, which will be all about my trip in Art to Play and what that is all like. So join me then. Bye.